Your powers are weak, old man.
You can't win.
Diablo.
If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
All who oppose me, beware.
You got a face only a mother could love, and she died so she wouldn't have to look at it no more.
What is this? I can't understand. I'm losing productivity looking at this. What is this? You know how much I sacrificed?
And it's gone.
Greetings. I thank you for my freedom, but I did expect you earlier.
And now for something completely different.
So here is my experimental summon necro build. I really wanted to see if the changes to fire golem, skeleton mages, and the Act 3 mercenaries could make an elemental summon necro viable. This character is all about synergizing fire damage from the golem and corpse explosion with the lower resist curse. On top of that, this build gets pretty decent lightning damage from my Act 3 mercenary, whose name appears to be Fat. The skeleton mage skill unfortunately does not scale well. All it does is improve life, defense, and a number of allowed summons. Anyways, here is a full breakdown of the build. Fire Golem and Raised Skeletal Mage provide initial elemental damage, Corpse Explosion for that area damage, and of course lower resist for breaking immunities. The Act 3 Mercenary uses Static Field, which acts as a substitute for the crushing blow that comes with a traditional Act 2 Mercenary. My gear was pretty straightforward. It's a basic Magic Find setup, and yes, I could be using Infinity, but honestly, that would cripple my faster cast rate, and I'm already using lower resist, so it's not that big a deal. There is something to be said about using a Fire Arrow Act 1 Mercenary. Also, side note, ignore my belt. It's temporary.
What is that? What the fuck is that?
But anyways, the Act 1 Mercenary can pump out a good amount of elemental and physical damage, especially with a Faith or Mist bow. You could make some really cool hybrid builds with that, but for the purposes of this build, I wanted to go full elemental and see how it did. As you can see from the charms I'm using, I basically broke the bank on this build, and only after draining away my life savings did I realize I'm not wearing a black belt like I'm supposed to. In my opinion, the best way to showcase the power of this character is to compare it to the traditional summon necro and a merc-only necro. So, with that being said, let's see which build is the fastest chaos runner. Okay, so by looking at these results, it is obvious that the Necromancer PVM experience can be boiled down to getting quick kills in order to cast Corpse Explosion. And funny enough, 14 Skeleton Mages, a Fire Golem, and an Act 3 Mercenary literally kill slower than an Act 2 Mercenary with Obedience and Treachery. Honestly, I feel like this is a surprise to no one. Could I have experimented with a different setup or a more expensive build? Yeah, I could have. But I'm not sure any variation is going to beat traditional aura boosted skeletons. Now anyways, let's move on to the loot I found in the Chaos Sanctuary. Finally! Starting off with a unique ring that we all know isn't going to be an SOJ, but rather a nature's piece. Well, at least it isn't a mantled. The second drop was actually really good, a magic find small charm coupled with fire resistance. Alright man, can this be ethereal just once?
Well, that depends. Can you go fuck yourself?
This time, Diablo actually gave me a triple drop, a Burning Essence of Terror, a Talmask, and of course, a Storm Shield. Very nice. Oh boy, here we go with the unique Eldritch Orb. To actually get a perfect one of these, you'd have to sell your soul. You'd probably have to sell your body too, but the Necromancer's like 90 years old. I don't see that working out too well. I then got another okay item from Diablo. It's Ondal's Wisdom, but man, I just can't stand AFKing in Dale games because, you know, I'd rather actually play the game myself and get my own loot. The final notable drop was this small charm. So, in conclusion, I got a few good drops, but my elemental summon necro kinda sucked. What can you do? The mages need better damage scaling, that's all there is to it. Anyways, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.